welcome to wreath making part 2, the fun part, the decorating part. So where I left you before, I was adding my foliage. Now look at the size of this thing. That's looking good, isn't it? And you can leave yours like this if you wanted to, but I never leave mine like this. I always want to do extra things to them. I just wanted to point out that as you're going all the way round with you doing your wire all the way around, you will come to, when you meet where you started from, you will naturally have a gap where you started and where you finished. Now there's different things you can do with this gap. You can either think, oh, that's a really nice gap, I can do a big bow there if you were going to put a ribbon on your wreath. You can be really sort of clever and make up a last little bouquet and see if you can just sort of nestle it in there to make that gap up. Or you can use like any decorations that you have, and this is also where you can really go to town on your wreath, and really the sky is the limit. You can, if you're not careful, you could spend an absolute fortune on your wreath, which I have done in the past. And when you're thinking about some of these decorations are like £8, £9, £10 or more each, you can see how you can really get carried away, you know, by accident or on purpose if you want to. I've actually done wreath making classes before where it's actually cost me in the end because the wreaths have been so magical and beautiful that I should have charged a bit more, but that was my fault. So these were absolutely beautiful, I thought, and this is another place you could use your gap. So if I just show you, how beautiful is that? You could put your feathers in here. You could, I've got these other feathers that I thought would really go with it. So maybe I'll do this another time for another wreath. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I really like Alice in Wonderland, and we found these lovely decorations with Alice. There she is, and there's the white rabbit. There's the Cheshire cat, and I actually got flamingos as well extra. And like, so you can theme them to how you want to. They look beautiful. You just add more and more, as less as you want and as big as you want. So with this one, this is going to be a giveaway wreath on my Facebook page. So I'm taking nominations for people that you think would deserve to have this wreath as a present. So if you go to my Facebook page on Little Love's Workshops, and then you can nominate someone, as long as they're sort of Maidstone-y, I can deliver this to them for them. And you don't need to give me a reason why you want to nominate them. It's just that you know, we would find it really difficult to pick the most deserving person. So really, we think the best way, I mean, it would be impossible, we'd end up making wreaths for everybody and we just couldn't do that. So we'll put names in a hat and draw and then let people know on the Facebook page. I guess you could also put it on the YouTube page as well. Right, so I don't know, you might not want to do that.
And Instagram, if we put this on Instagram.
Oh, okay, on Instagram, sorry, excuse me for leaning. Right, so with this one, we're going to keep it really natural because it's sort of more appealing to most people. So, you know, the less niche it is, the more appealing it will be to most people. So I'm going to try and fill up that little gap that's naturally occurring at the top. I'll try not to hurt poor white rabbit. And then we will cast off our wire because we won't actually need the wire anymore after that. So hopefully that looks okay. So actually it still looks like there's a little bit of a ridge there, a little gap there. So we'll remember to use something in there. I might actually pick a nice ribbon. And the amount of ribbons you can get, you can just sort of go for whatever sort of thing you're going for. I thought as this is such a nice big thick one, I might go for that one. But you can have like tartan. You can go sort of. A lot of people like purple, so there's some purple there, sort of a candy stripe, gold. You can have a look and see which you like the best. You can get them online or at the garden centres as well, because a lot of garden centres are doing the Christmas decorations, but they do tend to be more expensive at the garden centres. Right. So now we need to cast off this wire. This is how it looks on the back. And I'm going to leave about, I don't know, it's like stitching. So like, I don't know, leave about that much and then cut it. And then sort of try and push your wire through and round to secure it. You'll probably find your own way of doing this. Or you can make it into a loop if you wanted to make a loop to help for hanging, but you can always add like jute string or ribbon to the back for hanging up afterwards. Right, this might be fiddly, so I'm wasting time doing this, so let's move on to something else. So I mentioned before about training ivy, and so I thought I'd add some as we go around here. You can be clever and sort of find the wire that you've used to go around your wreath and pop it through there. Sorry, I know you can't see this, can you? But I don't think you'll be able to see it anyway because the wire is so visible. I've sort of pushed it through one of the wires where I've used to wrap around, but I've also got mossing pins. So if you've got some of these, you can actually just sort of add these as you go around and push it right into the moss around your stem to hold it in place. And I'll put a few of these around, but I won't do it because I want to show you other things so that we don't run out of time. So I just would, oh also your pretty bits like your berries, you can also push those in around your wreath. So follow the way your wreath is going, and I could say, okay, I think I'd want some berries here. So see if you can find with your finger where you've tucked some others in and through a wire, and then you can actually find that and push it in so that it sticks through your wire. I might fiddle about with that a bit more, but you can dot them round how you want to have it. Now for your ribbon, this is something that people like to know. Oh, and I didn't tell you that I've got all these sort of dried flower things. I dried some hydrangeas, and we've got sort of a little bit of sparkle on there as well. There were some roses that I had that we've dried, and we've got, oh, I haven't brought the pine cones, so there's pine cones. So these can also be added, and I might actually put these around this one because they could look really nice. But I'm going to show you the ribbon before we run out of time. Now, I don't think I do this ribbon properly, but it does work. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do the ribbon, and it's sort of a fake bow. So work out how big you want your bow to be. So I'm going to say I want it that big, say. And then I make loops as if it's going to be a bow, but I wrap it around 2 or 3 times depending on how many loops you want each side of your bow. I'm going to do 2 because it's quite big. Right, and I know, I'm sorry, I'm rushing because I know that I don't have much time left on my YouTube, and there really is a lot to this that but once you know it, it's not a complicated thing. It's just like, oh, that's how you do it, and really that's as hard as it is. Once you know, so you'll be off doing it. So you do this, squash it in the middle, and then put a bit of wire around it just to hold it in place, because this is a fake bow. And then you just get another bit to make the tails. And then you would puff this out. Okay, so this is the bow, our fake bow. Loop, loop, wire to hold, separate bit of ribbon, tied, cut to tails or how you want it. Then using quite a thick wire, I'll put that through the back. And then you can attach it to your wreath, and you would need to push it right the way through to the other side. So I haven't decided which way I want it. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm sorry, I know I'm not really doing this very photographically right. But you find a space with your finger through to your moss, push it right the way through to the other side, and then curl it back under so that you don't have spiky bits of wire coming through. Right, I just wanted to show you quickly a couple of other things. Pine cones are brilliant for wreaths. Very natural. We're giving them a little bit of a sheen, a little bit of a gold sheen, and they're brilliant for floristry things because they just hold the wire in their teeth. Just curl it round. I do actually a double, so it's really thick and strong. Again, find a space that you want it. Find it with your finger through to the other side, curl it back in so it's not poking out, nobody gets hurt, and it's not scratching your front door. Orange segments, get your wire. I quite like overlapping the oranges. And I find that the orange is the strongest when you've got their, what's the edge of them? Orange, the rind. So, right through your orange, through the other side to the second there. And then find where you want to put it on your wreath. Push your wire through the other side and curl the spiky bits in so you don't see it. They look good on wreaths. Cinnamon sticks. What I do is get 3. I mean, some people put the wire just right the way through. I like to make them into like little parcels. So use your twine and make it like a little tie there, put a little bow on the top, put your wire through, and again do as you did before, find a place where you want it on your wreath, poke it through the other side, turn it in so there's no spiky bits, and you're done. So you really just keep going, do it exactly how you want to do it. I'll come back hopefully right at the end so I can show you what it looks like as a finished one. Like, fingers crossed. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye bye.